Heaven's California.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be reacting to another video, another video. It's going to be by Nightmare Files this time, so it's like his first video in about a week or so. So 4 disturbing true neighbor horror stories that will creep you out. It was uploaded today, about 12 minutes. And yeah, let's just see what we're going to get here. My windows are open because it is like a really hot day today, so you're probably going to hear someone freaking mowing the grass or something. Of course they have to mow the grass now when I'm trying to do a video. Rude and disrespectful. Anyway, let's hope this overrules that. You know what, I'm just going to close this one window because I do not want to deal with this shit right now. But the thing is though, I have 2 windows that are open. And of course I can still hear it, so give me a second. Okay, that's a lot better. My window was open over there too, but hopefully it should be good now. It's only about 12 minutes. Nightmare Files, disturbing neighbor horror stories. This is about 12 minutes. And let's just get into it. Let's go. I'm kind of excited. I don't know what to expect really. Neighbors can be really creepy and rude, so.
This story happened about 4 years ago. Me and my wife Rachel had just moved into a nice house. About 2 days after moving in, we met a middle-aged couple, Dennis and Laura. They were friendly and were nice neighbors, and we would often go over to their barbecues and evening dinners.
Okay.
We went to their house one night for dinner and it went fine. We talked and laughed and got on great as usual. At one point during their dinner, I needed to go to the bathroom, and I excused myself. As I was walking, Dennis stopped me and said I needed to use the bathroom upstairs. I should mention that whenever me and my wife needed to use the bathroom, we always used the downstairs bathroom. This would be the first time going upstairs, actually. I had to try a few doors to see which one was the bathroom. I eventually opened the door to Dennis and Laura's bedroom. I don't know why, but I just wanted to have a little look around. As nosy as it was, I'm glad I did. I was looking at the pictures on the nightstand, a few of Dennis and a few of Laura together, some of their children, and then one that took me by surprise.
What?
It was a picture that we had taken a few months ago. It was the 4 of us together. Only my wife's face was scratched out. I thought that's really sick and odd, and it was obviously done deliberately.
Yeah.
After seeing this, it made me more curious to see what else was in their room. I opened up the few drawers to see the same thing. That same picture with my wife's face scratched out or cut out of the photo. Just hundreds of them in their drawers.
The hell?
I felt pretty sick with worry at this point, but my curiosity got the best of me.
They obviously don't like her.
I decided to look some more. I opened up their closet, and what I saw gives me the chills to this day. It was a mannequin, with clothes very similar to what my wife wears.
What the hell?
A large printed picture of her face was covering the head.
What the hell?
This was creepy enough. Really creepy. But what made it even more scary is the mannequin was covered with knives and stabbed into the chest of the mannequin. I quickly put everything back to how it was and closed the closet door.
Get out.
I went back downstairs and I tried to act as normal as I could, even though I wanted to be sick with what I just saw. After a very weird and awkward evening, I was relieved to get away from them and get back home. I didn't tell my wife. I didn't tell her what I saw, but
What?
I told her to never speak to them again.
Well, yeah, but why?
And the strange thing is, Dennis and Laura completely avoided us and were pretty hostile towards us ever since. I have an awful feeling that somehow they knew what I just found out. We moved out of that house about 3 months after that. We never seen them again.
Good. That's definitely kind of creepy though. Like, you don't even know them. Like, you don't even know them. Well, like, you know them, I mean, but like, it's scared the crap out of me. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, that actually scared the crap out of me. But yeah, it's so creepy. What the fuck? It's so rude. Like, not rude.
This
Like,
story happened about 3 years ago. When I was 16, I had my first boyfriend, Ben,
boyfriend?
who just so happened to be my next door neighbor.
Oh, okay.
For the first few months of dating, we were going fine. Up until I had dinner at Ben's house one evening.
Oh no.
His dad, Graham, gave me the creeps. From the first moment I ever met him, he was creepy to me. He shook my hand tightly and had a big grin on his face with his big bulging eyes. At the dinner, I swear Graham never took his eyes off of me at all. Every now and then, I would glance over to see if he was still staring at me, and of course he was. From then on, I spent more time around Ben's house. We would watch movies in his room, play video games, or just study homework. Whenever I was at Ben's house, his dad would always be lingering around. Like he would always burst into the bedroom without knocking, asking things like, "How's everything?" or "I thought I heard you calling me."
Well, obviously he likes
basically an excuse to come in.
His son's girlfriend.
It's like he wanted to catch us doing something, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
and whenever
yes,
I would
he
go
wants
to
to
the
see him doing
bathroom,
that.
of course, he would try and come in, even though the door was locked.
Yeah.
He would knock and say, "Oh, I didn't realize someone was in the bathroom." This creepy stuff went on for a while, maybe about 2 months, but there was this one incident that really scared me.
What?
Ben asked if I can go to the basement and grab a couple of pops. I went down there and looked around in the fridge to see what drinks they had. Then I heard the door close. It was the basement door. And then his dad came walking down the steps. He asked me what I was doing down there, and I told him I was just grabbing some pop for myself and Ben. I smiled and walked past him and headed up the stairs. I tried to open the basement door, but it was locked. His dad locked it behind him. I turned around and said, "Sir, could you help? The door is stuck." He didn't reply. I went back downstairs and I saw his dad with his top off, rolling a can of Sprite on his body, saying, "It's a hot day, isn't it?"
Pardon
I was
me,
extremely
sir.
uncomfortable. And I asked once more, "Could you open the door because it seems to be stuck?"
Yeah, no, it's not
I
stuck.
didn't say lock because I didn't want him to know I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He said to me, "Here's the key," and placed it on a small table next to him. Then he said, "Come and get it," while smiling with his tongue rubbing against his teeth. I let out a nervous, awkward laugh as I thought he was joking.
You have to like attack him or something, grab it and go.
I crouched down to grab the key, but just as I did, I could feel his face near mine, and he was smelling my hair. I could hear him, really close, breathing in through his nose. As soon as I got the key, I sped, walked up the stairs to
Get the
open
hell
the
out of
basement
there.
door.
He's gonna rape you
I
or
just
something.
left at that point, and I went home and cried in my bedroom. I never told anyone this story, and I broke up with Ben shortly after this incident.
Oh shit.
We lived there for 2 more years after that, until we moved away. Every now and then, I would see his dad in his garden or something, and he would always give me that same creepy smile like he did in the basement.
So obviously he likes her. It just sucks that like Ben had to lose his girlfriend because his dad was like attracted to her sexually. What the hell?
We used to have this neighbor. His name was George.
George?
He's about 50 years old at the time.
Oh god.
He lived alone, and I swear all he used to do was just stare out his window, giving us dirty looks.
Okay.
Whenever kids would knock on his door asking for their ball back, he would always curse at them and make a big fuss about it.
It's a ball.
Sometimes, he wouldn't even get the ball back until a week later, when he would just puncture the ball, and it would be flat, and then he'll just throw him over the fence.
Like, how's your
He was a
problem,
moody
you
old
old ass
guy.
bitch?
But every second weekend of the month, he would go fishing for 2 days. I was 15 at the time of this story, and one day myself and my friend, we came up with an idea to sneak into George's house. Because as dumb teenagers, we thought it would be hilarious. So that following weekend, George left for his weekend fishing trip. And that same night, me and my friend, who was sleeping at my house at the time, we snuck out late and went to check George's creepy house. I always knew he left a spare key under his plant pot, so getting inside was easy.
How
I
do you
know
know
this is
that?
breaking and entering,
Why do you know
But
that?
what we discovered in the house made me thankful that my friend and I came up with this dumb idea.
No.
We looked around George's house. Most of the rooms were pretty normal as far as normal goes. My friend went off and looked around the other rooms while I went into his office.
His office.
There was a computer there. I moved the mouse around and clicked on the login.
It's on his computer.
Funny enough, he didn't even have a password. I looked around his PC desktop at what applications he had. Pretty basic stuff, but I noticed a file called Favorite Photos.
Oh God.
I clicked on it
Oh God.
and saw hundreds and hundreds of inappropriate pictures of children in our neighborhood. I was thinking to myself, what the hell is this?
Yep, there it is.
Just as I was looking at this sick stuff, I could hear my friend loudly whispering to me from another room, saying I need to look at something right now.
What? Oh my God,
I
there's
left
more?
the computer desk and went to have a look. My friend found a duffel bag with duct tape,
Oh my
sleeping
God.
pills, candy, a long piece of rope, crowbar, and a loaded gun. We were both in complete shock. I also told him, and I showed him what I found on his computer. We both were scared as hell, and it wasn't funny anymore. We put everything back the way we found it and snuck out back to my house.
Now you have to call the police, but how?
Me and my friend didn't know who to call,
Yeah.
so we didn't really want to call the police because we would have gotten in trouble for breaking in.
Yeah, you kind of want to, yeah.
We chose not to say anything to anyone
Oh my
until
God.
this story.
You have to tell someone, but then you're going to get in trouble, so. I
There
get
used
it.
to be a young couple next door to me. Every other night, you could hear them arguing and fighting about something. Probably drugs, as a lot of shady characters would visit their house to deliver something. One night, they had a really bad fight, much worse than usual. You could hear them both shouting and crying, and something hit in the wall. And then suddenly the shouting stopped. Just completely stopped. No more noise whatsoever, and just nothing.
Someone died?
I looked out the window with the lights out just to see if I could see anything out the ordinary. About 15 minutes after the fighting, a black van pulled up outside and 4 hooded men got out and went inside.
What the hell?
About an hour later, I could see the men and the neighbor carrying something into the van. It looked like large black trash bags. I phoned the police about what just went on and what I witnessed. They visited the next door neighbor and questioned the man. Apparently his girlfriend just left and decided to never come back.
Uh-huh.
She never went missing
He
or
killed her.
anything. She just left.
He killed her.
I never believed it. I swear to this day he killed her. And they somehow got rid of the body. Nearly a year later, the man next door died of a drug overdose. And we never found out the truth.
Well, obviously you guys know what I think or believe. I think he killed her too, because there was a lot of fighting and bitching, and then something hit a wall, and then it went silent. So what do you think happened? I have no idea how the whole thing about the 4 men came. Like, I don't know if she was dead. I'm assuming she was dead, and then like 4 friends maybe came to pick her up or something. Like, I don't understand. I don't know if they're all friends, because like how the hell would he just call 4 random people over? You know what I mean? Like, how, like, do I know you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how the hell do you? Like, obviously he called them to like tell them to come, but like, what the fuck? Well, I hope that girl didn't die, even though she probably did. Yeah, definitely watch who your neighbors are. Like, I have a good neighbor right there. I have a good neighbor right there. Well, I think. and I do like my next door neighbor, but you never know what happens. Like, outside of the, you know, like, you never know what your neighbor's doing. You never know what's going on. Never know. Yeah, you think they're good, then boom, they're killers. You never know. It's really creepy and scary, to be honest. All these stories were pretty good, scary, obviously. So basically, just watch out for your neighbors. If you hang out with them and you see any red flags, don't be afraid to like. Well, be afraid, obviously. If it's scary, then obviously you're gonna be afraid. But like, just be conscious, be aware of what's going on, and then act on whatever you know or see, and then yeah, go from there. And call the police or report it if you have to, and yeah, just be safe, guys. So this is gonna be the end of this video. Again, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, then let me know. As I said in the last video, in about 20 days, in about 3 weeks, I'm going to get my wisdom teeth out, so if I don't upload for a few days or a week, that's why. And in September, I'm going to college, so I'm not going to be posting as much as I normally do for a while. So that's basically it, though. So just a heads up. I'll let you guys know when I get closer to that, and I'll do community posts for both things, most likely. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on my way to 1.2K still. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.